I don't know how to start.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most realistic movie couples.
Do you think it's weird we hang out all the time?
No, you're my best friend.
Yeah, you're my best friend too.
Somewhere between then and now, here and there, I guess we didn't just grow apart. We grew up.
Summer, I really do hope that you're happy.
For this list, we'll be looking at romantic couples in films whose relationship is similar to those we'd see in real life. Because we'll be discussing key plot points in these movies, a spoiler alert is in order. If we missed any of your favourite realistic movie duos, let us know in the comments. Number 10, Eva and Albert. Enough said. In James Gandolfini's second-to-last film, we see him play Albert alongside Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Eva. The pair play two single parents who start dating after being introduced at a party.
I'm sorry, I picked the wrong restaurant.
Oh, I'm having a great time. This is delicious. I mean, I can't hear anything you're saying, but...
That's probably why you're having a great time.
As their relationship blossoms, so does Eva's friendship with Marianne, who turns out to be Albert's ex-wife. As this odd circumstance continues throughout the film, Eva struggles to cope with juggling these two relationships.
Well, I was very torn.
So while you were being torn, she was poisoning our relationship and poisoning your perception of me.
Yeah.
Now, why would you want that?
Eva and Albert's complicated romance is a genuine portrayal of two middle-aged people trying to find love and connections while balancing their kids' lives, their friendships, and their careers.
I don't always park in front of your house. I usually just drive by.
Sometimes I drive by your house too.
Number 9, Jenny Young and Nate Davis. Someone Great. This Netflix film is full of romantic relationships. Some are just starting off, some are on the rocks, and some are coming to an end.
I met you when everything was new and exciting, and the possibilities of the world seemed endless. And they still are. For you, for me, but not for us.
But it's the main character, Jenny's relationship with her boyfriend of nearly a decade, Nate, that stands out as the most true to life. After Nate breaks up with her, Jenny feels lost.
I leave in a week, and then I turn 30, and then I die probably. And I can't stop moving, or else I think about,
Near the end of the film, she decides to go to the spot where she first met him to reminisce one last time, in hopes that he will join her there. This helps her to realise it is truly over, and she finds she's able to move on with the help of her friends, who are trying to navigate their own love lives.
Okay, that girl is 12. We need to go.
She's a baby.
It's too much.
Okay.
We did it.
yep, it's done.
You're good.
We done did it. We done did it, y'all.
Number 8, Kumail Nanjiani and Emily Gardner. The Big Sick. In an attempt to avoid an arranged marriage, Kumail decides to go in the other direction by hooking up with Emily.
So just to establish, what did we decide?
We decided we aren't ever gonna see each other again.
Great. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Though their initial relationship is short-lived, soon they're brought back together after she ends up in a coma. Kumail's feelings for Emily grow as he bonds with her and her family during her illness. But after Emily's health improves, she doesn't immediately take him back.
You felt one way a few weeks ago, and now you're saying you feel the total opposite way, and the only thing that's changed is that I was in a coma. Honestly, I look at all of this and I just think, I just can't do it again.
Despite all the turbulence of their relationship, it does have a happy ending. Written by Kumail Nanjiani and his real-life wife, this movie is based on their relationship, leading up to their marriage a decade before the film's release. And if that doesn't show you that this movie relationship is realistic, we don't know what does.
And what brings you to New York?
Here to see someone?
And, have you seen him or her? I mean, I don't know what your deal is, but...
Yeah, I've seen him.
Number 7, Charlie and Nicole Barber. Marriage Story. Unfortunately, it's impossible to talk about realistic relationships without talking about divorce. One of the most genuine depictions of this difficult process is by Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story.
Professionally, I don't know. Honestly, I never considered anything different.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? I mean, I was your wife. You should have considered my happiness too.
Come on, you were happy. You've just decided you weren't now.
In this film, Driver and Johansson play Charlie and Nicole Barber, who try to do the best they can to stay civil throughout their separation for the good of their son, despite rising pressures from their respective lawyers.
Counsel, you can see my courtroom is full, and there are people who don't have the resources your clients have. And I'm fairly certain you haven't exhausted in good faith the arguments in the case of this child.
We see emotional performances from both of the leads, and their relationship shows that even though two people don't want to be together anymore, that doesn't mean that there aren't still qualities that they love about one another.
And I'll never stop loving him, even though it doesn't make sense anymore.
Number 6, Celeste Martin and Jesse Abrams. Celeste and Jesse forever. If a romantic comedy has Andy Samberg and Rashida Jones at the helm, it is pretty much a guarantee that it will be a great film.
Have fun shredding your glassy peel.
Ah, so wrong.
Love you.
Love you.
In this 2012 flick, Jones and Samberg play the titular Celeste and Jesse.
Their relationship is the classic case of young, fleeting love, as these two high school sweethearts turn into exes, despite the feelings that Jesse still has for Celeste, who just wants to be friends. They remain amicable, even while going through a divorce.
We are separated and we're friends. You guys should be happy. We used to fight all the time. We don't anymore.
Yeah, you should be thrilled. You don't have to choose sides. It's the perfect breakup.
Yeah, everyone's cool.
Everyone is not cool.
Not cool.
No one is cool here.
The situation quickly flip-flops as Jesse moves on to someone new, while Celeste then struggles to find closure. But after seeing that Jesse is content with his new life, she knows that it's time for her to move on as well.
You deserve to be happy. And I want that for you. Always.
Me too.
Number 5, Mia Dolan and Sebastian Wilder, La La Land. In this colourful musical film set in Tinseltown, we meet Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling as Mia and Seb.
My lord, did you just say a serious musician?
I don't think so.
Can I borrow what you're wearing?
Why?
Because I have an audition next week. I'm playing a serious firefighter.
So you're an actress. I thought you looked familiar. Have I seen you in anything?
Stone and Gosling are always stellar when they appear on screen together, and this film is no exception. Mia, a struggling actress, and Sebastian, an aspiring jazz musician, coincidentally run into each other several times. They soon discover that they're equally passionate about their respective crafts and bond over learning about each other's art.
It's conflict and it's compromise and it's new every time. It's brand new every night. It's very, very exciting.
Like most relationships, theirs seems idealistic at the start, but it takes a turn as they both try to follow their career paths.
When you get this, you gotta give it everything you got. Everything. It's your dream.
What are you gonna do?
I gotta follow my own plan.
In the end, although they don't end up together, it's evident that there is still a lot of love and respect between Mia and Sebastian. Number 4, Anna Gardner and Jacob Helm, Like Crazy. Anna and Jacob's relationship is a turbulent one to say the least.
What are we gonna do after we graduate?
We'll sort something out. Don't think about it now.
While Anna, originally from the United Kingdom, is attending school in Los Angeles, she falls for Jacob, and one thing after another causes strife in their blossoming relationship. After Anna returns home, she struggles to return to the States, and the distance causes problems.
I can't get on with my life.
We agreed.
I know, Jacob, but the things that we have with each other that I don't have with any other person, with any other human being, apart from you. We should be with each other, and I feel it so strongly, and I feel like it's right for us to get married.
This time apart helps them to realise their true feelings for each other, and they decide to get married. But they still have to combat the fact that they are living on different continents.
Look at me and
Don't shout!
I'll shout if I want to shout.
No, you won't shout. You won't shout in my house.
All right, then I'll go back to my house.
Yeah.
I'd love to go back to my
That's
house.
obviously where
I'd
you...
love to go right now.
Why
if
are
I
you
could.
shouting at me?
Because I don't understand why you can say things like that.
This painful portrayal of a long-distance relationship hits close to home for any couple who's gone through it. Number 3, Dean Pereira and Cindy Heller, Blue Valentine. In this romantic film, Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams play Dean and Cindy.
You always hurt the ones you love, the one you shouldn't hurt at all.
Their courtship starts out innocently enough, but as the film hops between flashbacks from when they first got together to their married life years later, we see their relationship unravel. An unplanned pregnancy, an unhappy marriage, and alcoholism are just a few of the countless problems this duo faces, ultimately leading to them going their separate ways.
You said for better or worse. You said that. You said it. It was a promise.
We all like to watch romantic films that show a couple living happily ever after, but unfortunately stories like Dean and Cindy's are often the ones that are the most authentic.
I'm so out of love with you. I've got nothing left for you. Nothing. Nothing.
Number 2, Tom Hansen and Summer Finn, 500 Days of Summer. To be fair, this film warns you right off the bat that it's a story of boy meets girl, but it is not a love story.
I know you think that she was the one, but I don't. No, I think you're just remembering the good stuff. Next time you look back, I really think you should look again.
Tom and Summer's relationship is a chronicle of will theys or won't theys, with Tom's strong feelings not always shared by Summer.
I like you, Tom. I just don't want to release...
Well, you're not the only one that gets a say in this. I do too. And I say we're a couple. God damn it.
Throughout their 500 days together, they ultimately end up with outcomes that are opposite from what they initially wanted. Tom, a head-in-the-clouds romantic, ends up focusing on his career, while Summer, who never really believed in love, ends up engaged.
It was meant to be. And I just kept thinking, Tom was right.
No.
Yeah, I did.
This film shows that sometimes relationships have a purpose bigger than just ending up together, because these two learned hard lessons that shaped who they are. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Margot and Lou Take This Waltz. After 5 years together, this married couple re-examines their relationship.
It takes courage to seduce your husband.
Yes. And it takes all the courage in the world.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Is it? Well, then why do you always prove that I was right? When I feel like I'm taking a great risk, you consistently prove to me that I was right and that it was a greater risk than I could manage.
Katie Morosky and Hubble Gardner, The Way We Were. A couple tries to overcome their different perspectives on life.
Everything's too serious to be so serious.
If I push too hard, it's because I want things to be better. I want us to be better. I want you to be better. Sure, I make waves. I mean, you have to, and I'll keep making them until you're every wonderful thing you should be and will be. You'll never find anyone as good for you as I am, to believe in you as much as I do or love you as much.
I know that.
Gary Grabowski and Brooke Myers. The breakup. An argument leads to a tumultuous battle for their home.
1 minute. Thank God you're not in charge of keeping all the clocks in Chicago on time. This is basic logic. Let me explain this to you in plain chapter.
Cheese and rice, you guys are gonna kill each other. Now let's just...
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Jesse and Celine, Before Sunrise. Celine and Jesse's decades-long relationship through 3 films starts in the mid-90s with this flawless romantic movie. After meeting in Vienna, the pair decides to spend the night exploring the city before they go their separate ways in the morning.
All I know is I have to catch an Austrian Airlines flight tomorrow morning at 9:30, and I don't really have enough money for a hotel, so I was just going to walk around. And it'd be a lot more fun if you came with me. And if I turn out to be some kind of psycho, you just get on the next train.
As the sunrise approaches, the two promise to meet up again. The authentic connection between the two of them is relatable to couples who are in love and those whose partners have helped them discover more about themselves.
If there's any kind of magic in this world, it must be in the attempt of understanding someone, sharing something.
This touching story is made even more heartfelt by the fact that the director wrote it after having a similar experience with a woman in Philadelphia, only to learn later that the woman died shortly before the film's release.
I'm gonna take your picture, so I never forget you, or all this.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.